I am Dr. Arvinder Soin, Chairman and Chief Surgeon, Medanta Institute of Liver Transplantation and Regenerative Medicine. Let's understand who needs a liver transplant. Majority of the adults who have liver failure which is advanced or liver cancer which is limited to the liver, not spread outside of it, are candidates for liver transplantation. There are four main reasons why the liver can fail. One is hepatitis B infection. The other is hepatitis C infection. The third is alcohol-related liver damage or liver cirrhosis. And the fourth is non-alcoholic liver cirrhosis. The fourth condition happens due to uncontrolled diabetes, obesity, dyslipidemia, which means you have very high cholesterol and triglycerides, a bad lipid profile. And diabetes, obesity, and dyslipidemia basically are part and parcel of a bad lifestyle. So these are lifestyle problems, and NAFLD or non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is basically a lifestyle disease and is currently the commonest cause of liver failure and liver cancer. Now, when any of these conditions becomes advanced, that means the patient has cirrhosis and signs and symptoms of liver failure, which means they have jaundice, they may have bleeding in the vomit or stool, they may have water in their tummy, or they may occasionally have excessive drowsiness or confusion, which is like a pre-coma state. In these situations, a liver transplant becomes essential. But of course, all these four conditions can be prevented, and one may never need a liver transplant if they are taken care of in good time. So anyway, once somebody has advanced liver failure, a liver transplant is necessary. Now, liver transplant means that there will be a new liver put in the place of the old liver. The old bad liver, cirrhotic liver, is completely removed, and it is replaced by either a full liver from a brain dead person, which is like a voluntary donation for which you have to be on the waiting list, or it's replaced by half a liver from a living person who's a relative of the patient. For the first kind of transplant, which is called a deceased donor or a cadaveric liver transplant, one has to be on the waiting list, and this waiting list could typically be 6 to 12 months long. So it could be that much wait before one gets a liver transplant if you're on the waiting list. The other kind of liver transplant is a live donor liver transplant, in which half a liver is taken from a family member who has to be of a matching blood group, must be between 18 and 55 years of age, should not be too overweight or obese, and has to be like a close family member. That means they could be parents or children, brother, sister, husband, wife, even cousins, uncles, aunts, nephews, nieces. Before transplant, a detailed evaluation is done for the patient and the donor. For the patient, we make sure that they do not have any active infection, and if there's been an infection, that is treated. We also make sure that their other systems like heart, lungs, kidneys, the metabolic system, bone marrow, all are functioning normally. Of course, the liver is failing or failed, but the other systems must be working normally, and the patient must be free from infection in order to have a successful transplant. For the donor, first of all, we make sure for the living donor that the donation will be safe, that the operation can be safely done, and it won't cause them any temporary or permanent harm. And secondly, we do a matching of the liver of the donor with that of the patient. These tests typically take about 3 to 4 days, but in urgent cases, we can do them in 12 hours and do the living donor liver transplant the same day. But in an elective case or a non-emergency case, we take about 3 to 4 days for evaluation, and on the 5th or 6th day, or maximum by a week, the living donor liver transplant can be done. What we do is both the operations are done at the same time, simultaneously in adjacent operating rooms. The donor operation takes about 6 to 7 hours. The patient's operation takes about 8 to 9 hours. and donor's half liver is removed, patient's entire bad liver is removed, and the donor liver, the part that's removed, is put into the patient. And then after the surgery, the donor remains in ICU for a day of observation. The patient is in ICU for about 3 to 4 days, after which they stay in the ward for about 5 days for the donor and about 10 days for the patient, after which they can go home. When they go home, they're both normal, and the donor can actually continue to live their normal lives starting 3 to 4 weeks after surgery without the need for any medication or follow-up, and they will lead normal personal lives, working lives, driving, traveling, sports, games, everything remains normal for the donor. They do not remain on any medication long term. For the patient, normalcy takes about 2 months to come, and after that they can be absolutely normal in every way, except that they have to remain on long-term and lifelong follow-up and on at least one medication that prevents the rejection of the transplanted liver. Other than that, they're absolutely normal. If you look at them after 6 months, you can't tell that a particular patient has actually had a liver transplant. They look absolutely normal. So liver transplantation is now extremely successful at Medanta. We've done nearly 3,400 cases now over the last many years, with a 95% success rate among adults and 97% success rate among children. And donors all remain well, and we hope that patients and people don't need liver transplantation, but those who do, they should come forward without any hesitation because it's extremely successful now.